What's up, guys? Let me show you what we have going on this retaining wall job. You can see there's an existing block wall, if we even want to call it that. It's really just like stacked Belgian blocks. I'm surprised it has stood up as long as it has with this slope being like this. What we're going to be doing is we're taking all this out and we're going to be building a retaining wall using the Techo-Bloc blocks. We're going to come up a little bit higher, probably about 3 feet, so we can decrease this hillside a little bit. We're going to extend the driveway over 4 feet, so it's a little bit wider. Right now, you can see this part, you know, it's kind of shared. That's their half, this is their half. If they park a car here, like tight on that side, they open the door, it's like hitting the grass. So we're going to dig this area out. The wall will be back. Basically, you see the apron down there. It's going to kind of line up with the apron, almost where that white line is. I kind of just drew that for the mark out purposes. But anyways, the wall will be back there. It's going to cover up. It'll turn up there. It'll be a 90. It'll cover up the concrete, and then this will all be blacktop. So it'll be a nice wider parking area. And then down here, it's going to come. There'll be a 90, and it'll meet up with the neighbor's wall. You see, they have these, I guess, railroad ties, or I don't know. Those look like pressure treated 4x6s. At least this top one. Oh, it's not. No, it's a 6x6. We'll probably just cut this, make it straight, crawl right up to it. Anyway, let's get started. All right, so far so good with the digging. Looks like that gas line is hopefully pretty deep. We haven't found it yet, which is a good thing. All right, so we're getting our sub base compacted. We're gonna just hit it with the hand tamper. This ground is super hard. We're close to the Delaware River here, so there's lots of rocks in it, which is good for compaction, as you guys, most of you guys would know. So yeah, we're hitting it with the hand tamp. I'm gonna lay down some stabilization fabric, and then we'll start putting in our 3/4 modified base. We'll do it in probably 2 or 3 lifts. So we're getting ready to start laying some block. And what I like to do before we set retaining wall blocks is get a nice level screed bed down. We got her modified, all compacted, and that's pretty level. I would say it's within about 1/2 inch. But then what you do, so you spend less time leveling blocks, is you get a real level pad down. We put 2 pipes in, we level them front to back, side to side, and then we drop this 3/8 chipstone in and just screed it down. And what we'll do is we won't pull these pipes out, we're just gonna slide them and keep going. But also, you wanna have your laser level set up so you can make sure that your pipe isn't slowly dipping down or going off or getting off level from where you started. So after you have your first set of pipes in, like we did here, you just get your 0. You can see, oh, I wasn't on the pipe. There we go. So that's our 0 mark. And what we'll do is, every time you hear that solid beep is when it hits it. And now the compactor's blocking it. But anyways, you get the point. So what we'll do is when we slide these pipes down, I'll keep checking it with the laser level to make sure that they're not only level, they're still the same height as where we started. Hopefully that makes sense. So I figured I'd show you a live action. We got the pipe in. You see? Same height as we were before. Then we get our level. We check it long ways. Good. And then we check it left to right. And then we drop our chipstone in and screed it down. Now we're going to start laying these retaining wall blocks. The goal is to get from about here and then down today. Good thing it's 2 o'clock and it's only like 105 degrees with 80% humidity. So we got our first course of block in, and as you can see, we put modified stone in front of the block and behind it, and we filled these small cavities. Even though these blocks, I believe, aren't necessarily designed to need to be filled because how small those cavities are, we filled them up anyway. Now we're just compacting that modified. The drainage pipe is going to sit on top of the modified. I'm probably going to cut a notch somewhere, maybe this block here, for a discharge, and then that way the drainage pipe will pitch this way, there'll be a T, and then the other part of the drainage pipe will go up that way towards the steps up there. Got our key down, a couple dabs of glue. I'll grab 2 more keys and slide it in. Get 2 to 3 keys under each block. Seems to be working pretty good. All right, so what we did was we set up the laser level and we got our height of that block right there. And then what I did was we put these screed rails in, and the screed rails we put in about a 1/2 inch higher. And the reason I did that is because when you screed the chipstone, it actually ends up a little bit beneath the rail. And then when we sit the block on it, I account for a little bit of having to tamp it down with the hammer, because I don't want the blocks to be too low, right? If it's a tad high, I can just give it a couple extra whacks, it'll go down, that's fine. But I don't want to put the block down and then it'd be a 1/4 inch low, and I got to pull it out and add a little bit of stone and then play that game, you know, down this whole 8-foot stretch. So this way it's just a tad high, put the blocks in, they need a couple extra taps, it'll be fine. All right, our drain pipe is in. We got our first step up course in, and then there's going to be 5 more steps up from there. Like I said earlier, it'll be 2 blocks back, will be the next one, 2 blocks back will be the next one. But now we're going to start getting our clean stone dumped in behind the wall. So we're getting ready to get our corner in. We're trying to get this prepped real quick because we're doing blacktop today. And like I mentioned before, that's going to be a separate video. I'll probably post that video after we post this retaining wall video, so stay tuned for that. But we're going to run this course, the next step up, come down, and then we're going to come this way. So we got our wall to its final height. Got all the step downs where we want them to be. And so now all we have to do is fill it the rest of the way up with a 3/4 clean stone. We had a little bit of dirt fall in. Phil's cleaned that out. We'll fill it up to about this height, and then it'll get covered in filter fabric. Then the next step is we're going to grade out this hill. Because as you can see, you know, the wall's 3 feet high. Down there, the ground is probably a good 2 foot taller than the wall. Guys, so here is the finished product. All in all, everybody's happy about how it came out. Customers happy, I'm happy, even Phil's happy. No, but all seriousness, job came out great. Regrading this yard, building them a 3-foot wall was definitely the way to go. There was a couple options we could have done, but this worked out, I think overall just the best for so many different reasons. One, you know, if we were to build a 4-foot tall wall, a wall that was 4 foot, I would have put geogrid in. So what that does is that increases the square footage, right? Because the wall would have been a foot taller, and it also increases the cost per square foot to install because it's more involved. I have to excavate back further. We have geogrid we have to put in. We're going to have to either use more stone, and also, you know, the dirt we put back we'll end up having to tamp down in lifts. So it's more involved when you do a wall with geogrid. So to build a 4-foot wall probably would have ended up costing an additional, let's say, $3,000 or $4,000, when building a 3-foot wall and just excavating the dirt out this way only ended up costing about an additional $1,000. So it worked out for the customer. So as usual, thanks for watching. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're not already.